Go.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello.
Hello there.
Is it working?
We are live.
Oh, there we are.
Hello. Hello, DAZECON. It's us,
Hello.
Miss Miku Hour.
It's us. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're here. Hello.
We are
Ah.
here. Hello. Sorry
Uh-huh.
about the technical difficulty. I am a little dumb.
No. Em did such a wonderful job. Everyone say thank you, Em. Look at all this fancy stuff. Look, we moving shit.
We moving, we jamming.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hello everyone. This is the Miss Miku Hour DAZECON panel. Let's introduce ourselves. We are Miss Miku Hour, a
Hello.
podcast that talks about like Vocaloid things and like Vocaloid adjacent things like Kenshio Nezu. We did a really
Hmm.
big deep dive into Yorushika
Yeah.
recently. We're both really big Yorushika fans. But anyway, it's not about that.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm, mhm.
I'm M.
Hello, and I'm Evangeline. Yeah.
Yeah, yay! And today we're going to be talking about Jin and sort of like his life as a producer, what he's done for Vocaloid, and all that cool stuff. Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
We could do this. Oh my gosh. Very nervous right now, but I believe. I
Yeah,
believe. All right.
yeah. Eat a
Anyway,
believe for Evangeline.
a look into the haze. Kagepro's impact on Vocaloid. Hello, everyone. Welcome. To begin, you
Hmm.
guys know who Jin is, right? Who is that guy? Who
I
is
have
this
no
guy?
idea. Can you please tell me?
Wonderful friend, a wonderful friend. Jin, she's the no Tekipi producer, novelist, right? Screenwriter, and beloved creator of Kagero Project. Oh my god.
Oh my god. So
Love that girl.
talented.
Man, he's done so much stuff, besides Kagepro. He did Nirvana. He
Mm.
does listeners right now. Some kind of like anime music kind of thing. I haven't really looked into it, but he's done a lot of music for that. And he's thank you, very funky music man. Learned keyboard at age 6. That's what I wrote. um. Anyway, Jin, love this guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's done a lot of stuff and we've certainly culminated like a lot of his work.
Mhm,
But I think we want to sort of start off with where he started off.
mhm,
He actually started off in like the middle of nowhere, Hokkaido in Japan.
mhm, mhm,
He didn't really know about Vocaloid until he was much older. Not like adult older, but uh, sort of like high school ish age when a friend's brother was like, check out this like Vocaloid. And he was like, oh, cool. And
Cool.
yeah, and he was like, maybe I should get into it since he was like recently discovering his like interest in music. And he recently made a band, and then the band like disbanded.
So sad.
But then he was like, so I'm gonna get this Vocaloid and be cool like this guy,
Mhm.
right? and
Yeah.
and so he got this he what he thought was Miku, but since he didn't know
Mhm,
anything about Vocaloid, he's like, "Look at this cool Vocaloid I got that's like you, right?" And he like holds up
mhm.
Gumi, and the brother's like, "You idiot.
You idiot.
That's the wrong one." So, we could have had Gumi Jin, but
Mhm,
it was all lost. It was
mhm.
all for naught.
Mhm. Okay, here I turned up my mic. Can you guys hear me better? Sorry. Hello? Hello?
Hello, God.
Hello? I'll just be closer to the mic. Oh God. Okay. And like most Vocaloid fans, I feel, seeing Vocaloid, you're like, what anime is this from? Who's Hatsune Miku? What anime is he from? Just as Jin thought. But moving on, 2011, Jin's first song, Jinzo Enemy, is released. Oh my gosh, Jinzo Enemy, such a bop. I love Jinzo Enemy. It's so techno-y.
I mean, he sort of Jin started off with that like synthy vibe in his music, didn't he?
Totally, yeah. Especially with his like background as a keyboardist, I really love the synthy techno-y sounds. I guess. Jinzo Enemy was also how Jin and Shizu met through, of course, Twitter ego searching. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Shiru, the sort of like iconic Kagepro artist, right?
Oh my gosh, iconic. Love you, Shizu. We have Makashi Code releasing Shizu as the main illustrator. Oh my gosh, I actually didn't know Makashi Chord existed for a while as a beginning Kagepro fan, and I came back and I'm like, what? Kido has her own song?
Really?
Cool. Maybe it's because it was just drowned out by all the like the newer releases in 2013, 2014-ish, I guess. Anyway, moving on to the wonderful Kagero Days, which sparked the popularity of the wonderful Kagero project. Happy 8/15, you guys. Happy 8/15. I forgot to say that. I hope you're staying safe. Hopefully not going into any crosswalks this afternoon.
No poles or anything.
No trucks, nothing. Kagero project. This is Jin's first song to reach the Nico Nico Doga Hall of Fame. Oh my gosh, there's a whole thing of Hall of Fame, Hall of Legends on Nico Nico Doga, and how like famous your song is. I think Hall of Legends is like 1 million views. Anyway, Kagero Days is pretty up there,
It gave Kagero Project not only its name, but Jin's sort of like recognition as a producer.
I know, yeah. And later on, 2011, we see Wanyam who released the amazing fan-made PV. Oh my gosh, the amazing fan-made PV, and she later on joins their team. Oh my gosh, I love that PV. It's in my memory forever.
While researching this panel, the more I come to find out that Jin didn't always take care of his health for the most part,
No.
which we'll learn more about in this panel. But he worked himself so much to get that #1 spot. He opened a hole in his lung.
That he did. Oh my gosh. Sir, please.
But I have read in interviews that he didn't even care that he injured himself. That he was just so happy that he reached that #1 spot.
Oh my god. He was doing the songs. He was working on the first, Kagero Days novels and releasing his first album all at the same time. Oh my, this guy.
Yeah, constantly overworking.
I know, not to mention, apparently he created Kagero Days in one night. After going drinking with his senpai and coming home completely wasted. The next morning, the song was just done. Oh my gosh.
That is somehow very admirable, but also very scary at the same time.
Kagero Days, the drunken stupor.
It's like not to bring Naruto into the discussion, but it's
Naruto.
it's like when Rock Lee goes into like his drunken state and gets very powerful, but like has no idea what he's doing. That's Jin. Jin is Rock Lee. In my essay, I will. Anyway.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Didn't think you'd expect Naruto references at Kagepro Con.
Oh my gosh. Oh, 2011. Later on, we have Headphone Actor, which actually Ia's demo song, Vocaloid Ia, her demo song, and the first Ia song of Kagepro Project. Yeah. Fun fact. From what I learned, Jin actually never intended to stick with Miku as the Vocaloid vocalist for Kagepro Project. In some of my research, and he was also a big fan of Leah. I mean, you can't be like an old school anime fan and not know who Leah is.
Right.
Come on.
So true, bestie.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love her so much. Yeah, sorry. I just miss her so much. When Mikaku City Reload came out and it was all Miku, I was like, I love this. I love this so much, but I miss Ia so badly. I miss her so badly.
Yeah, Jin kind of is like the CEO of Ia songs.
Mm-hmm. For real. Love it. Yeah. Anyway. Where are we? 2012. We see more of Wanyampu coming in as our PV artist. Wanyampu, Imagination Forest. Wanyampu and Shizu's co-creation of Konoha's State of the World, Saraki Attention, Children Record, all bangers from 2012.
And then in 2013, we just see like one after the other. Pretty much monthly, there are song releases. Yobanashi Deceive, Lost Time Memory, like Otsukimi Recital, Yuki Yesterday. He's non-stop producing songs in 2013, which sort of like staples him constantly in the Nico Nico charts and like solidifies him as a producer in a sense.
I know. And from the interviews I've been looking at different Vocaloid producers as well, all they can say is during 2013 how just explosive it was. Jin would release a music video and bam, like thousands and thousands of views and comments and everything. It's almost as if nothing else could penetrate the Vocaloid market, I guess.
Jin in 2013 Gaslight Gatekeep girl bossed the rankings. For sure. Absolutely.
That he did. That he did. Oh my gosh, but some good songs came out in 2015. Ayano's Theory of Happiness, Summertime Records, Shonen. I think Shonen Brave came out in 2015. Don't quote me on that.
On Christmas,
that's right. Honestly, when I got into Kagepro, like I viewed, well, what is it? What am I trying to say? Like, you know, all the songs had already come out, and I wasn't really there for like to see like them come out periodically. So I feel like Shonen Brave was like the first like Kagepro music video that I got to be a part of in real time. Does that make sense? To see for myself, I guess. You know, man. Shonen Brave. And yeah.
Was Shonen Brave your first Kagepro song?
It wasn't, but it's just the first one I got to be excited for because, you know, Kagepro and be excited for it because I knew that it was coming and, you know, prepare mentally for Shonen Brave, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, and I didn't get to mention all the other like Vocaloid songs that Jin did in like 2012 and during his prime years as a, you know, vocal OP. I wish I did, but I just did not remember to put them in.
It's okay.
Very Kagepro centric episode. But World Calling, Live Drive. There's that one America Jin song. Does anyone remember that? The America Jin song.
America Jin song?
Wait. It exists. America Jin.
Any y'all, speaking of America Miku, does anyone remember the Americana Miku module? She's so bizarre.
Here you go. America. The song is literally called America. I remember. We are all right. Are we though?
So true, Jin. So true.
Oh, that did exist. Anyway, moving on. 2014-ish. The Kaku City Actors releases in this time. Kaku City Actors. It did exist.
It sure did. It sure did.
Oh man. The only good thing that came out of Mikaku City Actors was Mikaku City M's with all the voice actors doing the character songs. Oh my god.
That's true.
Uh-huh. Yes, that's such a great album. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say, recently Jin released Mikaku City Records on Spotify, and that's all I've been listening to recently.
Oh, nice.
It's very nice. It's very nice. I'll be having a fun day, and then Mari no Kaku Sekai will come on, and there's a little ending to it where she's like speaking and talking, and I'll be like, wow, this is so sad, my friends are dead, whatever. And then right after that, Summertime record will play, and then I will start bawling my eyes out. It's fun. It's fun. Oh my gosh. What else came out in 2014? Days, and then Days.
Days and days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Days in the haze with the craze of Kagepro. Oh.
Yeah. And then we kind of see this not like hiatus, but sort of gap, because Jin's sort of working on his albums and working on other non-Vocaloid projects. And then in 2017, Shiso Word comes out with Miku. And then in 2018, Additional Memory comes out. Did you like Shiso Word or Additional Memory more? Quick.
Additional Memory, because I'm in a Yano stan. Sorry.
Me too.
Oh my, no. But when Shiso Word came out, there's that bit where Kido turns around and her hair is all short. Oh my gosh.
That is very good.
Such a breathtaking moment.
It's very...
Kido.
It's very gender of her, honestly. I agree.
Oh my gosh, Shiso Word is so good though. I love the lyrics to Shiso Word. We have another bit about Shiso Word coming up, but anyway, what else? Tomodachi no Uta. That was for Mikaku City Talkers. I don't keep up with Mikaku City Talkers. I'm sorry. Sorry to Mikaku City Talker fan. I'm sorry. I failed you. But other than that, I think that's the last,
okay, not Kagero Project, but
not Kagero Project, but
Jin also wrote Stella for Project Sekai.
Project Sekai.
Which, by the way, banger. Hey.
It is. It's wonderful.
So good.
Jin's newest song that came out yesterday, today-ish. What's it called? Oh, I'll talk about that later. It's very good. I loved hearing Jin's voice.
Yeah.
What is it? When Jin was doing his live streams, his singing live streams, and he's saying "Remind Blue." You guys remember that?
Yes, I do remember.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. That's why I have the Mikaku City Reload acoustic disc, because of that.
Just for that.
Oh, that's for Jin. Oh, got a such good voice. Anyway, yeah.
So now that we've like sort of run through the basics of the timeline in the sense of like the songs he's created, I find it interesting. The we're gonna do a deep dive real quick on him as a producer, but we talk about like how he exploded in 2013 and like 2014 because he's just like constantly releasing this like crazy content that we've never seen before, because we got to remember there weren't like Harumaki Gohans at the time, and there were only like Dekos and Sasekure's. There were not these like character producers who would make songs with characters in like in a sequential format. So we found this really interesting interview where Jin is talking about how he received backlash from Vocaloid Spaces, and how if you, this is his words in quotes, if you went against the flow, you would always get criticized. So creators like me and Kemu just had to survive by basically making a small autonomous state. Isn't that crazy? It's hard to imagine that
Oh.
Jin like was ever, I guess, hated in that kind of way, you know?
I know. Even though he was blowing up, I guess he still faced a lot of hate from people who are very like Miku and Vocaloid centric. You know, the Niku Niku space, I guess. Um, mm, another thing. Uh, another Jin quote. Hatsune Miku probably hates me. Um, back to what Em was saying, going against the flow of, Hatsune Miku existing as the centerpiece of Vocaloid culture, And even at Kagepro's, popularity and the Vocaloid craze, having his original project centering on, like, original characters and his own story and, like, his novels, whatever, just took a complete turn on the focus of Miku. Jin quote right here. Something I noticed upon coming in contact with Niku Niku Doga is that Hatsune Miku exists in the heart of Hatsune Miku culture as a character, but at the heart of my series, there was no Hatsune Miku. End quote. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
interesting to know.
I mean, we can sort of see an inkling of Miku with characters like Ene, especially in like Jinzo Enemy. She's like so close to Miku. She's like Miku, yeah, Miku in a different font.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely like a where's Miku? Where is she? I want to see pretty idol lady.
No.
Yeah.
um, Even with that, just seeing Jin as a vocal EP, I have some very interesting stuff about him. I really like Jin's style of music. Coming into like, I don't know, just this very specific style of rock. I guess it's just very nostalgic. Side note, I really love Jin. He's like my comfort producer. I I don't, Jin's music just fills me with a lot of nostalgia, and it just makes me really, really happy and emotional. Like when Stella came out, or like not to be a crybaby on the Miss Miko Hour stream. It's a very nostalgic sound, and I just want to cry because it reminds me of the days when your biggest worry was trying not to get a heat stroke because all I wanted to do was be cool and wear a hoodie
Aww.
24/7 during the 90-degree summers, which is the thing I did. That was not very smart, but I was cool. I wanted to be a cool
You were a cool
Kakushidan
kid.
kid. Cool Kakushidan kid. Oh my gosh. Um, where's my quote? Da 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 da. I like this thing from Jin. He wanted to create vocal songs with Vocaloid because he just thought it was interesting, and because Vocaloid was like a new kind of difficult thing to do. He was like, I like this challenge. I like being challenged. I'm gonna do it and be bomb at it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And with Vocaloid, there's like a total style, I guess. Wowaka, his very high BPM. You can transcend the bounds of the human vocal range and just go total screamo Miku or whatever. And that's just an awesome selling point of just Vocaloid in general. You know, the melody line being intense, the sound flying urgently, and just um, making songs that are good because it is Vocaloid. That is the medium of Vocaloid, I guess. You know?
Yeah, and that reminds me, going back to where you said about like it reminds you of being a kid, is he's sort of like wants to make songs for himself, but specifically for his like middle school self, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wants to sort of make quote, he never forgot about this, and even now, whenever he makes songs, he only creates things that his middle school self would have approved of.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
Don't
really
we all?
special. Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
it.
me, just like
Mhm.
always making Miku content. I've never
Uh-huh.
grown up.
Oh my gosh. And this relates back to, Jin's recent song where he mentions August of 2004. If you do the math, Jin was about 14 years old back then. And that's what does it say? Where's the translation? All the time, think carefully. Reckless and stupid. Dedicated to a dead boy in August 2004. And just I wish someone please translate the new Jin song? I will pay you, please. I will pay you. Um,
Damn.
just relating back to his kind of selfish middle school self, I guess. He just wanted to do stuff to please that kind of old part of yourself, I guess.
But I mean, I think that's why a lot of people sort of relate or sort of are attached to Kagepro in general, is because uh, Jin writes Kagepro for himself or for his younger self in sort of like a comforting way, in the sense of like, I'll me future parentheses is there for you past. And so
Oh.
people either like younger who are like in that sort of like middle school, high school, or like, hey, like that's me. I know someone is like feeling those same emotions as me, or like
Mhm.
they can like have that sort of connection, is what I'm saying.
Mhm. I see, yeah.
Kinney moment.
Totally. Totally. The me of today exists, so the me of the middle school era. Almost 2 cents. Oh my gosh.
In our hearts, we are all middle schoolers.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Moving on. Moving
I
on.
I I have a quote that says it better. Quote, doing normal things was hard for him, Jin. So when other people said that they related to the songs, Jin was like, so people like that exist and were saved by them. Jin always thought that he was weird or was like a monster being told constantly that he was wrong or freaky. So I think people can really relate to his songs because Jin relates to them in a way, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 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 I got you.
Yeah.
Oh man. Um, I lost my place in our Google Doc. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh man. Um, you know, all these interviews, like a lot of the interviews that I have too, are just from separate vocal producers who just gush about how much they like Jin too. There's a Jin and LiveTune KZ interview, and they're both like, "Wow, you're so cool." No, you're so cool. It's so
Wow.
silly.
Their interaction, their interview was very sort of eye-opening because they say in the interview that they haven't connected or like talked to each other for 10 years, and then
Yeah.
in the last year they finally talk, and they have both of them have such different careers, but have like both had crazy reach with Vocaloid and like music spaces. And to hear them like talk to each other and like their music experiences are so different but like so similar. It's very interesting read.
Yeah. I would have to say. I wish we could come up with a era for each Vocaloid producer, because there's they're kind of in their own era and they don't really interact much, but anyway.
I don't know if it would be possible to create an era, because I think it's very much start of Miku 2007 to maybe 2009, like Rio era. And then maybe like 2009 to maybe 2011, and then 11 to 16, I think, and then onward and onward. But I think it'd be hard to, because producers come and like pop up every like month, every like 6 months or so. So I think it's very hard to be like, yeah, I'll just call it like, this era or whatever. I think it's hard.
Guess so. Especially with those producers that come back after a couple years, like Deco.
Yeah.
Deco was an OG vocal P, and he stopped for like a couple years, and then he came back, and you see all these new releases: Android Girl, Vampire, his newest one, Cinderella too. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Coming back with all these new things, and he does Milgram fans. Oh my gosh. So much stuff now. This is we are Deco appreciators here. Deco appreciation.
But producers, speaking of producers, along that timeline, we can see that Jin has sort of followed suit, if that makes sense. One of Jin's first Vocaloid songs, which I didn't expect, was a Sasekure song.
Oh, that's right.
It doesn't really... It doesn't seem like him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. Where's that bit? There's that Hello Planet, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Hello Planet. Oh my gosh. Totally different from like his total rock.
Yeah. I mean, I guess his beginning content was more synthy, more piano-y.
Piano-y.
I know words. But it's very much more rock inspired now. I think he's more well known for his guitar playing now.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah. Which in turn comes his like second most well known inspiration, which is Wawaka.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That I can see the connection. The like very tight, very fast paced, intense songs. Those I can see the connection to.
Totally.
Yeah.
And as Jin being one of the, not really one of them, but just his impact as being so big, or just being big as he is with Kagepro Project, him having inspired other well-known producers. I was gonna find a larger list, but I know a lot of producers mention Jin. Yudo Kajitsu was inspired by Jin. Who else? John Yakitori. There's an interview with Ado. Ado Usewa. Oh my gosh.
Ado.
Miss Ado. Oh my gosh. There's an interview about Ado. They're talking about Jin, and like you guys know how young Ado is? She was like, I remember watching Kagero Project videos on Nico Nico Doga on my Nintendo 3DS in elementary school. on the Nintendo 3DS. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Just screams, I'm a child.
So baby. Also inspired by Jin is Marvin Valentine, our very own. Give it up. Give it up.
Oh, man. Oh my gosh.
We did a episode with him too. Selfless promo. He's a very cool English Spanish producer. He's very cool.
Yes,
He also has similar vibes to Jin, which is like the very cool guitars and like fast paced and like bangers.
More chords and whatnot. Music terminology that I don't know, but
You're doing great, bestie.
thank Oh. Anyway, Jin, Kagero Project Jin. Why you should stand Jin Shizen no Teki P? Banger music. Listen to Kagepro. Cry. That's it. That's it. Really. That was full name.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Jin is a really interesting person. The more we researched him, the more I found out that he's, I don't want to say like not like other girls, but like he has that sort of like, in isekai anime, you know, the main character who's like, I'm just a normal guy who does normal things. He kind of has that vibe. Because he literally has said, quote, to sum it up simply, it was like, is this really the music I want to write? But I'm not the sort of person who wants to do music. It's just I had no choice but to do music. A person who can't do anything besides make music can't be obstinate about the music I want to make. You know? He's so interesting, I guess, in the sense that he's so normal. He's like, I guess I gotta make music, I guess.
Guess I got all these thousands of fans that expect me to make music right now.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised actually learning that because he's very mellow with how he approaches it. Like he'll go all out. He'll collapse his lungs. He's so good at music, but at the same time he's like, I just do it to do it, you know?
Exactly. It's that sort of like conflicting, like you're so passionate yet so like not about it almost. It's very it's very bizarre yet alluring almost. He's literally made books and like written for manga and like the anime and music. He's done so many things and so passionate about this project, yet he's like, it's no big deal. I guess I gotta do it. It's like whatever.
Oh my, this guy.
Which, I mean, in one sense, is admirable because it's humbling, you know? It hasn't gotten to his head, you know? Yeah.
No. And what was I gonna say? Sorry, lost my train of thought.
You good.
Just what if I just talk about Shizu and Wanyapu now? Oh man. And I just, a part of the reason why Jin had so much success is because of how cool. This is just speculation on my part, but just how cool the EVs were for Kagepro. No, Shizu Wanyapu put so much work into it. I think I don't remember where I read it, but when Shizu was making Lost Time Memory, they like broke like 3 of their tablets or something trying to make it.
What? Really?
Like, don't quote me. Don't quote me on this. The amount of work and effort that went into making all these PVs that we love so much, so dearly. Oh my gosh. A round of applause for them. Round of applause. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
I love it.
I certainly understand that because the the fan made animated PV for Heat Haze is like the most popular version of it, and it's sort of like cemented into everyone's brains, you know.
Oh, and what was I gonna say? And there's this. I I keep saying all these things. I don't remember what interview I read, but like a lot of just like Vocaloid culture right now is just a lot of the most popular stuff you see. It always has like really fancy PVs, music videos, fully animated, so many cool styles and whatnot. And that's one of the alluring things of like Vocaloid in general is just having these cool like animators and musical artists collabing together and creating awesome work, I guess, if that makes sense. That's why I like Vocaloid so much, and I think that's why um, Kagepro got its so much so popular, I guess. Just me saying the same things over and over again, sorry.
No, I really get that. And that's, I think, another sort of allure about Kagepro is it's the defining, sort of like a very good example or staple of Vocaloid is it's artists, it's Vocaloid producers, it's so many people creating something together. Yeah, it's writers too, even with the books and stuff.
Yeah.
It's an amalgamation of something, which is a very big part of Vocaloid.
Mhm. Totally. Totally. And hmm, just looking back on, Kagepro and like its when was its main I guess the 2013, 2014-ish era, you really couldn't just be in a Vocaloid space without knowing Kagepro at all. That's how big it was. And even now we have so many people who still love and enjoy Kagepro. Hello DAZECON.
Hello, Days Gone.
Hello Kagepro enjoyers. We're all here. We're all here appreciating Kagero project. And I hope we can continue to do so because it's such an amazing thing that just ingrained in my memory forever. Kage Pro and reading the manga and reading the books. Oh my gosh, reading the novels and listening to the music. It's just such a wonderful thing. And be able to connect with people, connecting people and having friends that like Kagero project. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's become like a creative monster almost that's become so big and very the songs are very accessible to people, which makes it sort of like a jumping in point. And since so many people have consumed it and for such a long period of time, literally 10 years, that it's become like a household name and like a I guess a legacy, I guess.
Yeah. I see. Yeah. I have literally nothing else to add. This is just this when I told him I wanted to do this, I was like, I'm so pumped, and then I'm here and I have nothing to say. I would like to very, very nervous still.
Oh, you're doing great.
Almost done. This was really fun. Thank you guys for showing up and listening
hmm
to me blabber blab about Kaido Project. Oh man.
Um,
Um,
I'd like to say Jin is a very crazy, interesting person. I recommend streaming all of his music legally legally on things like Spotify and YouTube. He just released a new song. Look into buying his new well, not new, but look into buying his books, his manga, his novels, and watch the anime. I know everyone hates it, but be nice. Supporting the producers means supporting Kagepro, and we all love Kagepro here.
Yes. Yeah.
And I want to leave off with like my favorite thing Jin has ever said. And I guess sums up Jin very well. An interviewer asked, "Will Kagero project continue?" This is in 2021, and Jin said, "I want to continue it until my head withers." So, guess so. Hey,
Kagero project will never end.
we're here forever.
Forever. Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Hopefully so. Maybe in a couple of years. 60 years old. Waiting for the new Jin song to come.
Me on my deathbed. Damn it, Jin.
Yeah. I'll still be here.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be waiting for that song.
I'll be here forever, stuck in this hell pit. Stuck in the days, if you will.
Stuck in the DAZECON ball pit forever. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you thank you so much for coming, everyone. And have fun at the rest of DAZECON.
Yeah,
Bye.
we'll see you later. Thank you for coming. Oh.